Dear ones, many of you no longer know which of your thought processes are social think and which are of new you. That is not to say you have not advanced phenomenally in your transition process, but instead that you cling to some outdated thought processes. Some of the pieces you firmly believe in might be a carryover from one or more of your 3D Earth lives. An easy way to determine if your thought processes, and therefore beliefs, are of today or yesterday is to review those thoughts in relationship to joy. If your thoughts or beliefs upset you, they are outdated. Does this mean you should not care about how others are treated or continue to interact with those who treat you inappropriately with a smile? Not at all. At this point in your transition, you are fully capable of shifting your perspective to see the joy or good in any situation, or to remove yourself from that situation. That last statement makes many of you angry because you are working in an unpleasant environment or you are so entangled in situations you cannot sense a different perspective. Such is your clue that something has to change. Either the person or situation has to improve or you have to change your perspective. And since you cannot change anyone but you, it is time for you to change your perspective or remove yourself from the situation. Many of you are now shouting that you cannot change anything. That even though you are trying to change your perspective, you are so closely tied to that person or situation you cannot escape from the resulting fear and pain. That last statement is no longer true. It was only true when your 3D beliefs were that you were so powerless you had to follow the lead of others, even if it made you physically or emotionally ill. That was yesterday. For many, your first grasp of the totality of your new power will be separating you from your 3D beliefs and fears. The belief that how it is today will be the same tomorrow and forevermore. Even though you are powerful enough not to prostrate yourself before someone hoping they will appreciate or love you, your angst seems to expand daily. What are your power pieces in those situations that continue your fear beliefs? What can you do to break that chain of fear? That is your PowerPoint. That is the direction you need to take. Some of you will discover that ignoring those who cause you pain, or accepting they are having difficulties you cannot heal, or removing yourself physically, will shift you into the joyful feelings for which you'd have been searching. Allow yourself to experiment with actions that may seem inappropriate, but that you are drawn to. Perhaps you no longer wish to respond to your telephone messages. Perhaps it is time for a different job or to find a new community. Take back your power to create the life that is right for you. Not the life that has been right in the past, but the life that is correct for you now. Your first step is to claim your right to be in specific situations. You will know you have claimed that right when you feel joyous. We will not fool you with statements that you will feel wonderful immediately. For at first, you will likely be filled with fear and angst. What if the people you have shifted your behavior with no longer wish to interact with you? What if you lose your job? What if you are sanctioned or harmed in other 3D ways? Yes, what if? Do you have the courage to claim yourself and your power? That is your angst now, for you can feel your inner power muscles flexing, even though your outer world is just as it was. So you feel as if you are in a cage pondering, if I do this, I might destroy my life, and if I don't do this my life is filled with fear. Either option may seem too difficult to contemplate. Yet it is time to claim your new being. For until you do, you will feel angst, anger, fear or anything else that indicates you are not functioning as a new being, but instead are treading water in the 3D world despite your need to flex your new you muscles. You have no parents holding you down. You have no societal rules that you have to follow. You have only you to answer to. And even if you have others, children, spouses, parents, etc., dependent on your actions, perhaps you need to review how those interactions have become less loving and more filled with anger as you care for them at the risk of losing your being. You can no longer have it both ways, playing the good 3D person with inner 5D or beyond powers. Something has to give. And it is your decision what that something is. If you are too frightened to claim yourself, you will reside in anger and fear, not only towards yourself, but to others you love or care for. If you claim your new powers of love and joy, you will most likely be frightened at first, for such actions are so opposite of what you are used to doing or being. It is your choice. Move to joy even if fearful, or remain in angst and angry, feeling as if you are powerless. The recent energies have stoked your inner power grids. It is time to test those new grids with either a change in perspective or physical and emotional shifts from those who wish for you to remain in fear or tied to them in ways that encumber your life. Even though it is your choice, if you elect to remain in 3D fears and beliefs, your new power grids will make it more and more difficult for you to do so. So be it. Amen.